From WFRV TV, Local 5, serving Northeast Wisconsin, including Green Bay, Fox Cities, and the Lakeshore. This is Newsmaker Sunday.
Good morning. Welcome to Newsmaker Sunday. I'm Tom Zalaski. Well, with the holidays over and we see a light at the end of winter's tunnel, that can only mean one thing: tax season. And while we know what they say about death and taxes as being the only sure things in life, death comes just once. Taxes, that's an annual thing. Got to do it all your life. Our goal this morning is to provide you with some tips and advice and some reminders as you get ready to perform your favorite chore of the year, doing your taxes. And to help us with that this morning, we are joined by tax expert Teresa Grover with NWTC. Teresa, good morning. Good to have you with us today.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Lots of interest in this topic, as I'm sure you well know. We're going to be talking all things taxes throughout this half hour, Teresa, but I want to start off with details of a program at NWTC where you are giving a free tax preparation, getting your taxes done for free. That's an attention grabber. Tell us about this program. Who qualifies?
Well, generally it's low-income individuals, so the program is actually run through the Internal Revenue Service, so they set it up where the individuals need to make less than $70,000 in order to qualify. Okay. And if they qualify, then we can file their federal and state for free for them.
Both. And who is actually doing the returns? Who's doing the work?
For our site, it's actually the accounting students. So I have accounting students that for a certain course, they need to provide some type of service. So during the spring, they can take this VITA program. Mm-hmm. So they pass an IRS exam and then they volunteer and get volunteer hours that they can complete the taxes. And I am always there to quality review. So it's not the students are doing the taxes and e-filing. There's always someone who quality reviews the tax return.
Sure, but they're getting hands-on experience at the same time. So you just said they have to have some sort of a process of qualification here. What do they have to go through before they can do the taxes?
The IRS has a qualification program set up. So for my students, they need to pass 3 exams. So they have to do an intake, a quality review, but then they also pass an advanced tax exam where they have to answer actual tax questions. And they have to provide a certificate that they completed those exams. And then once they completed them, they can become a volunteer.
Okay, and how many people do you think you'll be serving in this tax season?
Well, last year we served close to 300, so
Really?
This year we expect to serve about that many.
And I noticed in your news release, you've saved a lot of people a lot of money over the years doing this.
Yeah, when you think the average, we figure the average is about $150 per tax return for a simple tax return, and you take that times 300, that's a lot of savings to individuals who might not really be able to afford to pay someone to have their taxes prepared.
Yeah, so if I think I qualify for this, how do I register? How do I sign up?
You can go to nwtc.edu, and if you type in the search VITA, V-I-T-A, then you'll be able to see a link, and you can sign up for an appointment, and it'll also go through some eligibility questions with you too of who's eligible. Okay,
we mentioned at the top of the show, while you've been in this game for some 30 years now, as an accountant, featured in Forbes, featured in the New York Post, some impressive stuff here. How did you get into the game over these past years, and what was your path to getting to where you are now at NWTC?
I started off, when I graduated from college, I actually started off in the working world.
And where was this? Where'd you graduate?
I went to NWC myself, and then I also went to Lakeland College and got my bachelor's and my master's degree from there. I went into work in the private sector, so I've worked in government accounting in the private. I really enjoyed my time at NWTC as a student, and an opportunity came for me to become a part-time instructor there. And I just really enjoyed the accounting field, and I just started there. I got hired, and then the opportunity came to implement this VITA program, which I had volunteered before. My dad had volunteered when he was in the military with it, so I kind of knew quite a bit about it. And then in 2012, we started the VITA program up at the college then, at the Green Bay campus.
And going ever since. So you know of what you speak, that's for sure.
Yes, yes.
All right, when we come back, you and your taxes and help from an expert. Stay with us. And we are back now with tax expert Teresa Grover from NWTC. Teresa, tax laws, they change every year. How do the professionals keep up with those changes? And does a person who's doing their own taxes stand a chance of keeping up with those changes?
Most professionals will attend some type of seminar. So for myself, I attend a 2-day seminar, which gives us all of the tax law updates. We have a book that we receive with the major changes and then proposed new tax laws. So most individuals will attend some type of tax seminar. And then the individuals, they do have some publications, but it is kind of hard to keep up, especially if there's a major change.
Yeah, I mean, how would a person know? This year's tax filing deadline, I mean, it changed because of COVID, and now what are we back to now?
We are still back to the normal filing deadline. It changes based on if April 15th falls on Emancipation Day in Washington, D.C., because then that's a holiday for Washington, D.C., so then it could change. Right now, we are kind of back to normal.
Normal time.
So, you know, the COVID, kind of some of the COVID things have expired. We're back to our normal filing. There'll be occasionally, if there's a major disaster area, we'll get updates saying that these individuals can file a late tax return because of the major disaster in that area.
Sure, sure. All right, there are some people who, even though we know it's tax time, they still can't seem to get their taxes done. They file for an extension. Clear up a misconception for me. Filing for that extension, a 6-month extension, that doesn't mean you get a 6-month reprieve on paying, does it?
Correct.
Correct, okay.
You still need to pay when you file your extension.
Okay.
What it does is filing the extension allows you to avoid the penalty for not filing.
Okay.
So if you don't pay, then you also will be paying a penalty on the amount that you didn't pay. So you want to at least try and figure out what you owe and make that payment along with filing your extension.
Okay, so they expect payment, but maybe a ballpark payment.
Yes.
And
yes.
thereby doing that, you avoid the penalty.
You hopefully avoid, again, your ballpark. If you're way off, you probably are not going to avoid the whole penalty, but you're at least avoiding the penalty for not filing at all or not paying anything. And
what are you hearing this year? Have you heard anything about how long it will take for the IRS to get our returns back to us?
Right now, we're sitting at going normal, where we say between 14 and 20 days.
Really?
We have not heard any downtime from the IRS standpoint at this point right now.
Okay. So. You provided us with a few ways to reduce your tax liability for 2023. I want to touch on a few of those. First, contributing, this is an obvious one, but maybe some people don't do it, contributing to a traditional IRA.
Yes. So even though 2023 is over, we're filing 2023 taxes, you can still lower your tax liability for 2023 by making a contribution before April 15th.
Really?
So the IRS allows that. Now, if you make a contribution, you need to make sure that when you make the contribution, whoever it is who's holding your traditional IRA, that you let them know that you want to make it for the 2023 year. But it can significantly, I will use my sister as an example. When I was doing her taxes, she was going to owe $130 to the federal. Right. I put in, and I said, if you contribute $300 to your traditional IRA, you will actually get back $109. So she put in and went to the bank yesterday, said she wants to contribute $300 for a traditional IRA, and we put that into our taxes, and she will actually now get a refund from that.
Oh my. So December 31st is not the drop dead date by which you must do all of your contributions or whatever
Correct.
You're doing.
Yes, they allow you till April 15th, because it allows you some time to figure out your taxes, to see how maybe you need to put some money into a traditional IRA to kind of save a little bit on your taxes.
Oh, they give you a chance to do a makeover.
Yes.
A make good.
Kind of, yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's good to know. And during the commercial break, next break, I've got a question for you personally. Okay. All right. Minimizing your health savings account.
Yes.
What do you do there?
Same thing with the traditional IRA is even after 2023 is over, you can still make a contribution to your HSA, your health savings account, up until April 15th. And it works the same way as contributing to a traditional IRA, where it can lower your tax liability. And the nice thing about a health savings account, again, you need to have a high deductible health care plan, but it's a savings account, so it is tax-free as long as you use it for qualified medical expenses, and it doesn't expire at the end of the year. It carries over every year.
Okay, and finally, your child and dependent care credit, same thing?
The child and dependent care is a little bit different, but one thing a lot of people don't know is that if you pay for your child to go to 3-year-old preschool or 4-year-old preschool, so like a lot of private school, there's a lot of private schools that offer 3-year-old preschool and 4-year-old preschool, you can use that tuition to qualify for the child and dependent care credit, because it's kind of like going to daycare, because state does not require you to send your kid to 3K or 4K, so the federal government allows you to count that as daycare costs.
I can hear people out there already saying, I
Yes.
didn't know that. When we come back, deductions and mistakes and what you need to know before you file, so stay right there. We are back now with tax expert Teresa Grover of NWTC. Okay, most commonly overlooked deductions.
As a general rule for individuals, there's not a huge amount of overlooked deductions. Okay. Again, we kind of mentioned the child and dependent care, you know, if there's the 3K or 4K, that's one. Some people. Another one is the earned income credit. I'm surprised the IRS actually has an official day in February that is what they call the earned income credit day, because so many people who qualify for the earned income credit don't know they qualify, and they're losing out on that additional refund they could be getting.
So how do you find out?
One thing is you can go to the IRS website, irs.gov, and type in earned income credit, and there is a table there that will say, okay, this is how much you make, and it's based on whether you have children or not, and there'll be a table in there telling us how much you could potentially qualify for.
Really? Okay. All right. There's some help. Along that same line, what are some of the most common mistakes that we make when we file our taxes?
One mistake is, again, we don't file them because we think that, oh, you know, I don't have income, or I just don't want to, I owe, so I don't want to have to file them.
We all have to file.
Yes, yes. And another thing is if you're mailing it in, signing your tax return. If you do not sign your tax return and you decide to mail it in, they will actually reject it and send it back to you because it has to have a signature on it.
And then if it's late because of that, you wind up with a penalty.
Potentially could be, unless you have proof that you had sent it before.
Are people remembering things, those who do taxes by themselves? They're remembering the basic things like your business mileage, your business expenses, your charitable deductions?
We do get some individuals who have a small business. So again, we're talking about the smaller businesses where they forget that the driving, the picking up supplies. I had an individual who mows lawns for a company and he had no expenses. And I said, well, like, didn't you have any gas that you used? Didn't you have to repair your lawnmower? And he's like, oh yeah, I had to buy new blades. I had to do this. I said, could you go and find the receipts? Because those will all lower your income to allow you to pay less on your taxes.
So they don't think of it.
They don't, especially the smaller individuals who have smaller businesses, they forget about those little, they don't understand how those can really help reduce their taxable income.
Yeah, you had a list, and I don't know if these are different from what we talked about earlier, strategies to boost your refund. Are there things that we can start doing now in preparation for next year, even though next year is next year, it's going to come around in no time?
Well, it depends on the strategy. Again, I always tell individuals that if you want a larger refund, that means that the IRS is holding on to your money for the year.
Right.
So you could have more withheld from your paycheck, so you get a larger refund, if that's the type. Or if you want a lower refund, then you could have less taken out, so then your paycheck is higher. But again, if you're a business, a small business, keeping track of those receipts, because that is going to be huge. Also, knowing a little bit about your tax law, we always kind of inform people, you know, that child tax credit, that $2,000 child tax credit is for children under 17. So if your child is turning 17 this year, that $2,000 just went down to $500. And so people are kind of, they don't realize that until we do that tax return. So kind of knowing those little things that, you know, $2,000 or $1,500 is a significant difference in a refund amount.
Yeah.
So.
All right, you just brought up withholding. And if you have a lot of withholding, then it's going to change your tax status and vice versa. In your estimation, getting a refund, good thing or a bad thing? Because as you said, you're letting the government use your money for the entire year.
The hard part is we never know. So there is a payroll calculation for payroll taxes, and then there's an IRS calculation for income taxes, and they're not exactly the same. So I'm a cautious person, so I always like to err on caution. I would say if you're getting a significant amount back, maybe changing your payroll so then you're at least getting maybe a higher paycheck. I kind of like to get a little bit back, so I kind of play with the numbers a little bit. But if you're getting a significant amount back and you could change your withholdings, I would, because otherwise else the government gets that money for that year. They get to play with it for that year.
Yeah, but it is nice. You're almost using the government as your forced savings account.
Yes.
And it kind of feels good at the end of the
Yes,
year.
it does. Yes,
it
it does. And a lot of people do like that. Yes.
All right, we are back to wrap up with tax advice right after this, so please stay with us. Back now to wrap up with tax expert Teresa Grover, who has been in the business for some 30 years now. She's from NWTC, featured in Forbes and the New York Post, among others. Teresa, if you are having your taxes done by a preparer, what's the best way to present your stuff to that preparer? I mean, I know some people just walk in with a whole bunch of envelopes and a whole bunch of documents and dump them on the person's desk and say, here, figure it out. How can you help that person?
Well, you want to stay as organized as you can. So throughout the year, if you're a business throughout the year, keeping receipts, some type of organized, we literally had someone bring in a shoebox the other day with their information in it, but keeping those receipts together, adding them up for the people. We get people who come in with their mileage logs, but they're not added up. So adding those mileage logs up, we don't need, if we have the summary paper, we don't need all the detail paper. So, we get the retirement statements. We don't need every single month's retirement account because we got the end of the year retirement statement.
Yeah.
So those are kind of the things just to kind of stay organized, is we don't need every single monthly item that you would get.
People perhaps cheat themselves by not keeping good records.
Yes.
Because over the year, you forget what you've done.
Yes, very much so. And that's what I always say. Internet apps have become wonderful over the years. There are apps now for organizing your expenses if you're a business, keeping track of your mileage. So those are wonderful if you're not a person who remembers to write things down. You can scan your receipts. The receipts will save for you. So it's just, there's a lot of technology that can help you stay organized out there.
Yeah. Is it a good idea for anyone, when you're having your taxes done, to bring in to the preparer last year's federal and state so they have a point of reference?
It is always a huge benefit, because then we can see, for some reason, if you're missing something that was last year, or if there was a major change, so we can talk about that major change.
Yeah, you said missing something. I had my taxes done one year, and the first question my preparer asked me was, where's your W-2?
Yes.
The most important document.
Yes,
and
it is.
I forgot to bring it in. What are some red flag items that the IRS would take a look at and say, wait a minute, let's dig deeper into this one? What do you got to be careful of?
One thing is, if you're a small business, is a lot of small businesses, there's that personal business use of items. So when you have a small business, that's kind of automatically like a red flag when the tax return gets submitted. I mean, it doesn't mean you're going to be audited, but it's like, oh, look, there's a Schedule C filer again. Let's see what kind of expenses they have. Also, a head of household person filing with multiple children. They might be able to claim multiple children, but we do have a lot of conflict between, if there's divorced parents, who gets to claim the kids. So making sure that you as an individual are the one who are allowed to claim the kid for that year.
Oh, and especially making sure that you are not claiming the kid, and so is your ex claiming the kid.
Yes.
That's there's a flag. There's a flag right there. Is it safer to have a professional prepare my taxes, and I ask this only because if there is a red flag issue, a minor one, would the IRS be more inclined to kind of look the other way on that one because they see it's a preparer who did it, and that preparer is not going to jeopardize their license for $50?
Potentially.
Yeah.
Again, I would hope that they would treat everyone equally, but I could see potentially where if they saw the preparer name. But again, as long as you're that honest individual and you know that you have receipts and you have documentation, that is what's going to get you through any type of audit.
Okay. A colleague, just yesterday, a colleague of ours said he was doing his taxes online, H&R Block online, and he had a couple of questions, and they provided for you a little box where you could check to get your questions answered through AI.
Oh,
AI.
yes.
Risky, advisable, too early for AI to answer tax questions?
I think it's too early. Individuals don't know what the questions are and the answers to them. So it's really hard when individuals do their own taxes because sometimes they miss a deduction because they didn't realize that they could take it because they didn't understand the questions that were being asked of them.
Okay, one more time, we're going to throw up on the screen for the NWTC free tax preparation program, how you can take advantage of it. And there you see Teresa's contact with the phone number and the email. And again, free service, good idea to go for it. Teresa, thanks so much. Really enjoyed having you today.
Thank you very much for having me.
I think you surprised a lot of people with some of your information, including me.
Yes.
We must talk.
Okay.
Let's end this show. If you have a newsmaker in your town who you think we should have on this show, let us know about it. Send us an email to tips@wearegreenbay.com or message us on Facebook. And be sure to join us once again Sunday morning at 7:30. Until then, have a great day.